the future, how do you see the internal audit functions and all of related processes evolving, especially when their technologies are continuous and there are a lot of tools that...
Right. You know, the future is becoming harder to see every day because artificial intelligence and other technologies, I don't even know what the next technology is going to be. But it's changing the way the businesses are run. It's changing the way decisions are being made. It's changing everything. Sometimes you're getting people replaced with robots or other intelligence. And yet we at internal audit still have a job to do, which is to make sure that these things are being done wisely. One of the new things that we've never talked about before in management or in business or internal auditing is the fact that sometimes these new technologies create fictitious information. And so you've now got these things called hallucinations.
Exactly.
And so to me, internal audit is going to continue to be concerned with the new technology being implemented and used wisely, intelligently, and can be relied upon. And you may actually have to have artificial intelligence to audit the artificial intelligence and to see that it's being designed and used properly. But the future is so different. I think one of the things that's going to happen is that, for example, internal audit historically, and we talked about this, has gone back and analyzed data to see what's really happening. I think we need to be pushing management, now that we have these new tools, to be doing that themselves. And so they should be on a more real-time basis, have measures in place to make sure that things are working the way in which they should. And then what we are going to be doing is less of that and more of making sure that management has those what we call monitoring or detective controls in place. So I think we're going to be more judgment-oriented, using our judgments, using our experience to say whether this makes sense. Are you doing this the best way possible? I still think there's a need for internal audit. I don't think that's going to go away. In fact, it may even get increased, because if management relies more and more on technology, then if that technology starts going crazy, as we did in some famous movies, science fiction movies, who's going to detect that? Maybe that's the role of internal audit, is to be watching for technology failing and to do the right thing. But the thing is that I think that internal audit needs to be focused first right now on making sure that management is using technology intelligently and then adapting what they're doing to meet those needs. So in the same way as that, in the past, I went to one very large automobile company in the United States, a famous one which I'm not going to mention. And they had decided that they wanted to use analytics. So they put a team in place. They hired 5 people, not a small team. This is 5 experienced people to start writing analytics software. And they went straight into General Ledger and started doing analytics on General Ledger. And then they said, okay, what can we use this for? Instead of saying, what do we need to do and what's the right tool? And anybody who's been involved in software needs to know you understand the business need and then you design the tool. What they were doing is finding what they thought was the best tool and then seeing if they could find a need for it. In the same way with technology as it's being changed, we need to understand how the business is being run and then adapt our processes, tailor them to specific needs, what we need to do. So we've got to be very agile, we've got to be very intelligent and be very flexible in using our expertise and our software and our dollars to do things smarter, faster, and more effectively.